Hey, seventh grade, we are looking at a circle here with a radius of 3 inches, and we are going to figure out how to calculate the area of this circle. So here we have the exact same circle. I've just colored it in. So we've got pink and kind of purpley blue slices, and I'm going to cut it apart into wedges so that each wedge has the same height as the diameter. I can rearrange these wedges. We're not changing any measurements here. It's all from the same circle. You can see here, I get kind of a rectangular shape. It's very close to a rectangle. And remember that this was 3 inches. The height was 3 inches. We end up with a length of about 9 inches, right? Maybe a little bit more. So the area of this would be 3 times 9, or 27 square inches. Here we have the exact same circle, still with a 3-inch radius, this time cut into even more wedges. So let's rearrange it into that kind of rectangular shape again and see what it looks like. So here's our circle deconstructed and turned into a rectangle type shape. You can see that this is even closer to a rectangle than our previous shape was. And in fact, the more wedges we cut this into, the closer and closer this will get to a rectangle. These kind of bumpy ends start to smooth out a little bit more. This end has less of an extreme angle. So let's check our measurements again. We know that this height is still going to be 3 inches because the radius of our circle did not change. Let's look at the width of our rectangle. We have got, again, a little bit more than 9 inches. We'll call this about 9.5. So what does that mean for the area of the circle? This rectangle has to have the exact same area of the circle because we just cut it apart and rearranged it. Here is our same rectangle, just labeled with our measurements. We've got 3 inches here because we got that from measuring. And this is the same as 3 times pi, or 9.4247, blah, 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 blah. And if we measure that, you remember it came out to about 9.5, right? So to find the area of this rectangle, we could do 3 times 3 pi, because the area of a rectangle is just height times width, right? Or length times width. But if you remember back to our circle, the radius was 3 inches. So we could also say this is radius times pi to get the area. And when we have a number times itself, well, we can just say that number is squared. R squared times pi equals area. And that's how we get the formula for an area of a circle. Area equals pi r squared.